Hey, how's it going, everybody? Do you like Star Wars? Because we do too. Welcome to Nerd Out Nerd Style. I'm Clint Ritchie.
I'm James, aka Tater Nuts 99.
Get ready to nerd out with Bane.
Pain.
The Rule of Two. Chapters 12, 13, and 14, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into it.
Commander Kelly, the time has come. Execute Order 66.
Those born of Mandalore strayed away from the path. Eventually, the Imperial interlopers destroyed all that we knew and loved in the Night of 1,000 Tears.
It's well hidden and unstable. One blast to any part of it will destroy the entire station. Oh, it's beautiful.
So, did you ever read the books after, like, episode 6?
No,
Yeah.
I never read any books.
Dude, Han hated Luke so much.
Okay.
Yeah. He hated him because he slept with his girlfriend.
Wait, what? No, he can't. He couldn't have slept with his girlfriend. It's Princess Leia. That's gross, dude. I thought they just kissed. Did they actually do it?
No, it's a joke.
I was like, what the fuck? This was in the books?
No.
Man, it gets dark after Dark series books, dude.
Is that not a good joke? You didn't understand
It wasn't more of a joke, it's more of a statement, man. That almost blew my dick in the water, dude. Holy shit.
No. I got it from you, Mad. Pretty much what he said was like, yeah, my girlfriend's boyfriend is mad at me. Why? Because I fucked his girlfriend. I'm sorry, my sister's boyfriend is mad at me. Why? Because I fucked his girlfriend. So I just made it into a Star Wars joke.
I know they kissed each other, right? And that was weird because neither one of them knew at the time. But when they did know, you could tell that Leia was like, damn, my brother's got it.
Sheesh. All right, well, I liked it. Hopefully, other people catch on a little bit faster than what James did. I guess I shouldn't have made it so realistic.
Yeah. Man, I don't know about you. I'm itching to get into the story.
Yeah,
It
dude.
is so good.
This
These
is
3 chapters are like the first chapter is really not that good, but the second and third chapter left me wanting more.
well, the first and second, or the first chapter was actually a lot longer than the second and third,
Right.
and by like the first half wasn't very interesting with Johan and Farfalla. And then it went off to some other stuff and got a little bit better.
Yeah. All right. So where we left off is Johan and Vlorum, the ex-Supreme Chancellor. He's still known as your Supremacy, or what they call it,
I don't know. I call him Chancellor.
Chancellor, but Excellency. That's what it is. They
Yes,
still refer
Your
to him as
Excellency.
Excellency. So him and the Excellency, I can't even speak.
Excellency. I
The
got you.
Excellency of Chancellor Valorum and Johan are headed to Sereno to meet with the people to talk about the separatist movement and try to back them off of it, right? And
Sereno is also the place where Dooku used to live. I'm pretty sure we've mentioned that before, so just remember that Sereno is Dooku's home planet. Boom.
yes,
Go ahead.
so on their way there, they're talking, right? And Honestly, I don't remember a damn thing what they talked about. To be honest with you.
Well, uh, he was talking about really, I can't remember either. It was so
Let's just get
boring.
past it. It
Dude,
was stupid boring.
it was so boring.
It doesn't matter to the story.
Pretty much they were saying that he spent 10 years with the chancellor so far and
Oh,
he's not the
oh,
same as he was back then. Time has passed. He's not a teenager no more. He's in his 20s.
I forgot that it does matter because it goes into great detail of that he only practiced form 6, right?
Yes.
And
And Form 6, hold on, give me a second. Form 6 back in the day was like taught to a lot of people. Like after this era, after Bane murdered off all the Sith, they stopped teaching Form 6, Form 5, Form 2. They stopped, well, Form 5 was still like a thing. But like Form 2 wasn't a thing. Form 5 really wasn't, and Form 6 wasn't.
so, um, anyway, so after his extended tenure, because he decided to stay with Chancellor Valorum because he would never take on a mercenary crew, not a mercenary crew. Damn it,
He was a guard for the longest time, but he got
he he
promoted.
he never took on a actual detail of guards.
Yeah, Valorum
Like,
never did. He didn't want
yeah,
to.
Valorum,
He wanted fucking Johan wanted him to get a security team pretty much,
yeah, a
and
security detail.
yeah,
Thank you.
and he goes, I don't like I don't need to do that. I've got you. You're all I need. I'm not gonna be here
Yeah,
forever. Sorry.
Master. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, so he
Your
said,
Excellency.
who said, oh, kind of got hot a little bit. Is it me or did Hayden Christensen just walk in the room?
What?
Oh, man.
What?
God dang. All right, moving on. So he, Valorum said that he didn't need a detail because he's no longer the Chancellor. There's no threat to anybody. He's no threat to anybody. Like, there's no reason to attack him. Where he was gravely mistaken. But so he still told him, you still need some kind of security detail because there's still people that will want to cause you harm for the things that you have done, like disbanding the Army of Light. So while they're cruising, hold on, give me a second. While they're cruising, they're in a ship called the New Dawn, and this ship is or was because it's destroyed, was an emissary class shuttle owned by the former Supreme Chancellor, obviously. He preferred the ship over others as he believed it did not need a he did not need a luxurious ship nor much protection. Valorum's security detail, headed by Jedi Knight Johan Othon, rode with him in the New Dawn on all of their missions.
And then he didn't think so because the war is supposed to be dead. Now, if you don't remember who Valorum is, he is the chancellor that we were talking about all throughout this. He's the one that dispatched Farfalla from the Army of Light. He's the one that talked to him about that. And then Johan got assigned to him. So bringing that back to who he is. There you go.
Yeah. So, they finally get to the planet and they land. And as they exit the vehicle, Johan looks around and I'm like, dude, there's no rails on anything up here. Like, you're at least 50 meters from the ground. And behind the ship is 50 meters from to the ocean.
Yeah.
So if you fell off, you're most likely going to die.
While you're walking away, like like the passageway and everything, like they have to walk on this bridge that's like 5 foot wide and like I think it was 5 foot, like I think it was like 5 by 5 or something like that. I think that's what they said.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but had no railing, none
Nothing.
at all.
Nothing to keep them from falling
And
off
they have
on
to
accident.
walk across. And as they're walking, like as they start to walk across, right before they look down and they see the people that's supposed to be greeting them, there's 5 people over there. One's a chiss, 3 are guys. There was a female chiss, 3 dudes, and a red Sweelik over there, sitting over there waiting for them.
Kel,
Kill.
Kel. Anyway, so everything seemed to be going okay. And Johan told Valorum, he said, hey, man, just be careful. It's windy. There's a long way to your death. I might not be able to catch you if you fall. Obviously, he could because he could just like force grab him, like, and then throw him back up. Anyway, so he told him, be careful. And about that time, Valorum said, you as well, or whatever he said. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Anyways, because shit's about to get real.
Well, that's whenever as they're walking across, he gets about halfway pretty much, and he feels like this danger feeling that came over him. Within a second, he realized that all these people are armed, and one the chick had her finger on an explosive device because he also could sense underneath the bridge part there was explosives. He was in tuned. Like they were able to sense trouble like that within a split second. But that wasn't enough time. Was it, James?
No, it was not. Give me just a second. I'm looking up. Continue if you could. Because it's something I want to mention.
So within that second, he's able to. I think he pushes Valorum forward, and then he jumps. He pushes himself forward as the
No.
bridge explodes.
You've got to have a detonator.
I already said that.
Did you?
Yeah.
And they detonated the ship, killing the dudes inside and on inside the ship.
No, it was underneath
And
the bridge.
that's what pushed.
No, it was,
Valorum
it was underneath the bridge because they were trying to blow him up on the bridge.
Yeah. Anyways, it's what pushed him forward.
Well, Johan sensed it right before it was able to push him, and then threw the force behind him, and he flew down on his stomach as the whole thing blew up behind him. Because they had it set like by the ship area. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
But he was barely able to grab the corner of his robe or his like Valorum's outfit and pulled him to the side, and he said, hold on right there. He got up.
No, that's right. Valorum was like flying off the edge, and Johan's a badass. He grabs his fucking coat, his cloak, and yanks him back up like a fucking beast with one arm.
He said, just sit here and wait.
Lets him land perfectly too. And now the battle's on.
And so they had vibroblades laced with a metal called cortosis. Cortosis was a metal that had a very high energy absorption rate and transmission coefficients, which allowed even the energy of a blaster bolt to be dissipated upon conflict. Or one of the strongest minerals in the galaxy, cortosis could even withstand the blow of a lightsaber and briefly short out its blade. There's more here. Let me click it. Shit.
Okay. If you've watched Solo at the end, whenever that dude pulls out that blade, I can't remember his name, but he pulls out a vibroblade, and that's whatever he's attacking that chick with. And I'm going to guess that she has that staff that she was using. Was it a staff or was it a sword? It was a staff, right? I'm going to guess that was Beskar. That's all.
So check this out. It could also redirect the heat of explosions, as discovered when General Anakin Skywalker attempted to collapse the entrance of a Cortosis mine, and the resulting explosion breached through Mokiv's. I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but it's Mokivj's crust. That's a planet, I'm pretty sure. Despite these advantages, Cortosis was very fragile until refined, making it normally useless as armor and had difficulties with prolonged energy attacks, such as lightning guns.
Interesting.
Which would overload the material. But yeah, so that's cool. I never heard of it before until today. And I wanted to make sure I brought that up because that is pretty fucking awesome. But so that's why when Johan ignites his green lightsaber, that's how they're able to deflect his lightsaber attacks. And so keep in mind, during this battle, Johan is not training every day like a Jedi trains, or focusing in the Force as a Jedi meditates. He is more concerned with the Chancellor's well-being and becoming more like the Chancellor himself in politics and graciousness.
He hasn't really been keeping up with this training, is what he's saying.
Yes. So, but one-on-one conflicts, he's more than enough to take on non.
He's still a fucking Jedi, you know.
Yeah,
he's
he's
still
more
got a
than enough.
lightsaber. He still has the Force. Like he knows what
Yeah.
the fuck's going on.
So check this out, right? So he attacks him one-on-one, and then I don't even care what is. I don't even care to cover this part. It's not really that cool. Do you want to cover it? Or you want to skip over that? Because he basically kills everybody
Look,
except two dudes
This is what he does.
that escape.
He kills two of them.
And hell, fucking Kel, he takes off one of them. He kills the other one.
He kills two of them. Or yeah, he kills one of them. One of them tried to run. Kel killed him, and then two of them took off in the ship. And then there was the Twi'lek, the red Twi'lek left, and he didn't even care that his guys just took off in that ship. All he was there to do was kill this Jedi and then kill the fucking Chancellor. That's what his goal was.
And I was blown away when I heard this. But Kel literally said, "I've been waiting to try my abilities and my combat skills against a Jedi." Dude, okay. And so Kel's using two blades, right? Two vibro blades.
They're like they're handheld. They're like I imagine them like this. They're handheld. They come down like this, and he's got him coming out right here because he said that he was acting like a boxer as he was trying to hit him.
Mm-hmm. So, as a fight, damn.
If Cal gets him on the defensive real quick, Johan is backing up.
No. Hold on. So the Johan thought, I'm a Jedi. I can kill this dude in one fell swoop.
Oh, you're gonna
He
go all the
lunges
way.
at him. He lunges at him, like, just stab him with the fucking sword, and Kel just peripherally, just like, no problem, just turns and twists out of the way, right? He just, whatever, dude, come on, man. As he did, he got him right on the shoulder. The first blade missed, but the second blade caught him just barely on the shoulder. And so, Johan quickly realized that this is not going to be an easy match. So as they fought each other, Johan is kind of reserving his energy to try to see how, what defenses and what patterns that Cal uses to fight with, so he can make his attacks.
Yeah, Cal always like crouched low, like this.
So, anyways, and the fight continues, and he realizes as he tries to, attack him and actually tries to push an attack in an offensive front, he actually has to back up because Kel's just too damn good. And after a little while, he tries to make one more attempt in attacking him. And as he does, the first blade misses. He deflects it with the lightsaber, but the second blade comes up and catches him right in the cheek. Cuts him up in the cheek. Oh, he goes down. Kel goes down and comes back the same way. When it does, it catches him in the cheek. That's what it was. But anyway, so...
we don't have to be completely accurate as long as it's close. We can.
Dude, that's a good fight though.
Yeah,
man.
but we can't go over every little detail. Otherwise, the book's going to take forever.
Okay. So, anyways, long story short, he tries to use the Force to push him over the edge, and realizes that, and Cal realizes that he has an opening, and he attacks him, and so he has to once again defend himself, and then, long story short, he uses the Force. He said, "Fuck it, the Force is everything I need, because I'm not going to win in a lightsaber combat." He takes the Force and pushes and tries to push him over the edge. When in turn, he comes at him and they both go over. Now this is where it gets really interesting. Okay, listen close. As they're falling, Johan is at a sense of peace. Johan looks into the eyes of Kel and smiles.
Yep.
Okay,
As he's falling down to his death, and
and Johan smiles and relishes the victory, even though he's going down with them.
just feels the
And
force. He lets his body go to the force.
yeah, he opens up and let the force just flow through him. He don't even try to prevail in anything. He just lets everything happen naturally. And as they hit the water, it takes him a few moments to realize that he's not dead. And that he also realizes as he's swimming to the top that he's never felt more powerful and never felt as good in the force and as strong in the force as before. Now, to me, this sounds a lot like he surrendered himself to the dark side.
No. What?
Yes. Yes, because as he's smiling in Kale's eyes,
No, there's
listen.
such thing as fucking complete serenity with the force.
Dude, look, as he's smiling, lavishing in the victory, right? and he's at peace, and then he surrenders himself to the force. It sounds a lot like, 'cause he knows he just won, even though he had to sacrifice himself. He just won through victory. My chains are broken. I'm not gonna go the whole speech, but anyway, so it sounds a lot like to me he surrendered himself to the dark side of the force.
I mean, he was a hothead when he was a kid.
Exactly.
So you maybe onto
That's.
something.
I'm like,
You
dude,
may
does
be
this
onto
motherfucker
something.
just use the dark side of the force to stay alive?
You may
I'm
be
so
onto
sorry.
something.
I was like so excited about that. I'm like, dude, that is the most passionate thing I ever heard. Like in Star Wars, like I just want to just take my nerd heart out and watch it beat of excitement and then put it back. That's how badass that moment was. And it gets better. This is just chapter 1.
Oh yeah.
Or
Oh,
chapter 12. 13 or 14. Yeah, chapter 12.
Chapter 12. Yeah. We're still on the Johan part. Well, anyways, after all that, he's still alive, right?
Yeah, yeah. And
Johan's
on the way down, I forget that he was slashing his arms, dude.
Yeah, no, as he was trying to pull him over, the dude was slashing at his arms, but it didn't matter. They were toppling. He held on. They smacked the water. Johan feels the force flow over him as he becomes one with the force, breaks a couple ribs. The dude snapped his neck because as he looked up and realized that he was still alive, the dude's head was like sitting at an awkward position that like really looked like there's no way that this dude's alive. But then he fucking swam back up and he had to climb after getting his arms slashed in. They said that there's no like real damage or anything, like no tendons got cut or there's no real harm. But he still got fucking big ass gashes into both of his arms, and now he has to climb up with broken ribs. Where the fuck is the life vest?
Yep.
Toss me down the rope. Gotta climb this bar. Well, anyway, there you go. Oh,
But
there you go. After that, it goes back to where Xana is. We got some newspapers talking about the death of multiple.
sorry, I wasn't paying a bit of attention. Was you talking about? Did you cover the fact that Johan wants to build a statue?
No, that's
memorial?
after. That's after.
No, that's before Xana. It because
No,
Farfalla
no, it's not.
Farfalla calls him back, right?
No. That's whenever he gets to Farfalla. That's the beginning of the chapter 13. So what happens after that is it goes to Xana, and it talks about like she finds out that all of them are dead. Blah blah blah. I'll cut all this out. She finds out that all of them are dead and blah blah blah, and then whenever chapter 13 starts, it starts off with him meeting Farfalla and Farfalla telling him about the fucking what's it called, the monument, and how he's going to be in charge of it. That's afterwards.
I was wondering
Dude, I didn't even know chapter 13 started, but I do know there was something in between them, those two parts.
Yeah. I was wondering if that Twi'lek Kel, if he was actually force sensitive slightly.
Well, like I said before, everybody has the Force, right?
Yeah.
So most people have more metachlorians than others. Some people have low metachlorians, or just regular people. There's like that blind guy that was he his metachlorian count wasn't high enough for him to be joined with the Jedi, but he still had pretty much the Force with him.
All right. So after Johan is back on solid ground talking to Vlorum, he realizes that hey, we need a ship. So they take a ship and they go. Uh, he gets a signal from Coruscant saying that Farfalla wants to meet with him, with Johan. And so, as on his way, Valorum is appreciative of Johan's ability to save him. And Johan says, Valorum says to Johan, "What can I do in gratitude favor? Basically paying back Johan for a service. What can I do to show you my appreciation?" And Johan, still being tired and exhausted from using the Force, he said, "Hire a security detail."
Oh yeah, it's a Valorum.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And the people from Serrano was actually kind of pissed off too. The fact that that happened on their place, which actually happens in the next chapter, but
Yeah.
I guess I can say it now, right?
Yeah, you go for it.
Yeah, yeah. So they after they figure out all this stuff has actually happened, they're actually pissed off about it too, because they invited Chancellor Valorum to come to their town with all good intentions. Their people also died, so now everybody's fucking pissed off, and Bane is happy. Well, that's whenever it cuts back over to Xana.
Right. So Valorum, I don't know if they ever disbark each other, but Johan goes to meet Farfalla, and he goes into his personal quarters. Right. It don't matter. He meets him. He meets with him, and Farfalla says, "Well, Johan, I see you've been busy, huh?" And he's like, "Yeah, saving that fucking dude's ass. I mean, that was, dude.
I had
I
to
need to
fucking
practice."
deal with this for the last 10 fucking years. Thank you, Farfalla and
Yeah.
Valentine.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
anyways, no, you're good, man. And so they have a conversation, and he said, I heard that y'all want to build a memorial for people that fallen on Rusan." And he said, "That is vain. That not Bane. That is vain with a V." And he said that's vain, and it shows great pride, and that's not what we're about as Jedi. And the Jedi Order doesn't, appreciate this. Although he said to him as well, "I don't think we could stop you now because now the public's aware of it, and the public wants this as well." And so he said, "But Master, it's not vain and pride. It's to show camaraderie. What's that word I'm looking for?
Camaraderie.
No, come. It's to show like respect, and
Sorry,
gratitude."
I'm making my daughter's Easy Mac.
Oh,
She
nice.
brought it to me.
And so it's God dang, it's right there, dude. Anyways, it's to show great respect and gratitude for the dedication and the sacrifice they made to secure the free republic, to secure our way of life, And so he's like, "No, it's not vain." He's like, "Well, I can see," Varfala tells Johan, "I can see that being with Chancellor Valorum has increased your knowledge of public speaking and being able to be a politic instead of being just a Jedi Knight."
The whole time he was able to sit there, anything that Farfalla said, Johan had a quick, like a quick backup to it. Like there was no time where Johan didn't have his Valorum's speech coming out of him pretty much, because he just spent 10 years with the guy. He completely stopped training.
Well,
And
didn't completely.
Oh, pretty much. I mean, he didn't really do
He-
it. He spent more time
much.
trying to figure out Republic stuff or what's it called?
Yeah.
The Senate stuff. What
Right. Yeah. The Senate.
no. There's a word for it that I'm looking for. It doesn't matter. We'll go past it.
Man, we're old. Memory's gone. So check this out, right? You got something?
No.
Okay, so check this out. So after realizing that Johan is not wrong, but not yet quite as Jedi right, as I would like to say it. 'Cause he's right, but the Jedi don't do those sorts of things. The Jedi don't need any kind of memorials or any kind of, hey, I need you to look pretty, or hey, I need you to look, awesome or be awesome, or hey, I need this statue in memory of whoever. So, but the people already knew about it. The people wanted this because the people felt like it was the right thing to do as well, and overdue. So don't forget you're still muted. If you,
I know.
Okay.
I'm waiting for her. She's about to bring me more stuff because she's like,
no, it's okay.
She brought me. I told her. She goes, Can you make me something to eat? I said, no. Find something to eat. I'm busy right now. I'm doing my podcast. You know that. And then she goes. She goes.
Being a sweet dad.
She goes and makes macaroni, easy mac. And guess what I have to do? I have to open it, pour the water in it, mix it up, and pour extra stuff in it just to make it good. So who's actually making this?
Well, look, man.
Go grab some fucking chicken nuggets is what I'm saying.
You can't beat being a dad. I mean, sometimes we all have to do things we'd rather not do, but we do them because we love our kids. But anyway, so
I hope I
where
don't
was
put
it?
too much salt in there. I know I put too much of that in there.
But anyway, so where was that?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, so the Jedi don't have to. Idiot, she's a hell of a drug, dude. It really is. The Jedi don't have to show vanity like that. They don't require it. They don't need it. They don't want it. Okay, but the people already did, and the people know about it. So it's hard to turn it down. And the cool thing is, Varfala knew there was a secret reason why Johan wanted to get a security detail with Chancellor Valorum now, is because Johan is going to be overseeing the project on Rusan, which I don't know if that's a great place for him to be, honestly, because
No, I think it is.
I wonder about that thought bomb.
It doesn't matter. Fuck that thought bomb. It wasn't.
isn't
it wasn't messing with anybody other than Bane whenever they were on the
I guess so,
planet.
because he was there when it went off.
Yes, he wasn't. He wasn't far enough away, so it kind of still messed with them.
So yeah, that's right. My bad, dude.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we cut back
And it's
over.
been 10 years. I wonder if it's still alive with the souls trapped inside.
Yeah, well, as Bane's description is, the souls are discombobulated. They're like disconnected.
Yeah, well,
They don't know who they are.
No, they knew exactly
But
who
they
they
still
were.
suffer.
He said he
They
could
still
look
suffer.
down and still see, like, Khan.
Remnants of it. Remnants of them.
Well,
Like fragments.
We hear it two different ways. It's fine. We'll move
It's okay.
on.
Move on. So back on Serrano, where, God dang it, I'm looking at Sod Ventress and it's fucking me up. I'm not looking at her. Okay,
Sheesh, naked.
no, it's a popular pages like side note thing here, and it's got all kinds of shit.
Have you
But
seen
anyway,
her before she like became like dark side? Hot.
She hot? Yeah.
Hot.
Anyways, we're back with Xana on Sereno, and she's going through the market, and she feels a blaster pointed into her back, and it's Syndra and Pack, the only two survivors.
This is right after she already like looked at like a paper. I'm gonna guess it was like the paper that was telling her all about what happened with her boyfriend and his crew
And the Jedi Knight that saved him, Johan.
Yeah.
And
No, it didn't
saved
save him. Killed him.
Save Valorum.
Save
for a minute.
Valorum, yes. So she
Yeah,
just saw all that in the paper.
yeah. So Sindra and Pack are there to kidnap her basically and take her to meet the master.
They
The
think that she fucking had something to do with this, and they're
Yeah.
gonna fucking bring her in because
Yeah.
that's what they do. They're the big, oh, this girl, she showed up at the last meeting. She has to be in on this. They brought a Jedi Knight, only one Jedi Knight, no fucking security for the Chancellor, which doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why are you gonna
Right.
go after this girl? Like, you should have just left
Right.
her alone.
So Sindra and Pack take her back to meet the head guy, the head honcho of their organization. As before they even leave, they search her. Or when they get in the truck, they search her and they realize she has a lightsaber. And they say, "Oh, look at this! What do we have here?"
Ooh,
How'd you-
after he grabbed.
He didn't.
Yes, he
Anyways,
did. Yes, he did.
No. Anyways,
You gotta listen to the book to find out. Audiobook. Sorry.
what a
Audible.
plug!
Audible.
What a fucking.
Well,
plug.
I'm not I'm not sponsored, but I would like to be. I know I don't have enough followers. Give it to me. Sorry. Give it to me. Neil.
Anyways,
Sorry.
Neo.
Neil. It's
Oh,
Family Guy.
I thought you meant like Neo, like the one off the Matrix.
I said, give it to me. Give it to me, Neil.
Anyways, let's move on. So they said, "What do you got? How did you come in possession of this lightsaber?" And she wouldn't tell them. And so they take him to Hetton.
I got it off of an
Hetton.
old lady that had weird glasses that had it in a box. Whenever I touched it, I had this flashback from these
Shut up, dude. We're not gonna go over Ray's storyline. No, don't ruin the fucking book with that bullshit. Okay?
I fucking hate
let's-
those movies, by the way.
Let's just continue with the story we're trying to go with. That is awesome. So, anyways, so they get to Hetton, and as he is sitting there, kind of in the throne, right on a throne, and
It looks like a
of
throne.
sorts.
It looks like
Huh?
a throne. It
Yeah,
looks.
a
It
throne of
looks like.
sorts.
Yeah.
And so he tells them, he says, "Welcome back. Now, whose idea was it to do this and bring all this hate and all this suspicion onto us and the main houses on Sereno? Now we have all this blame and accusations going around, and there's no way that we can just sit here and protect ourselves from it."
Well, he also wanted to know who the fuck the lady was. They just
At the same time he's doing that, he's yelling at him. He's projecting force, like almost force lightning, like the crisp in the air.
and she can feel the dark side energy emanating,
Building,
emanating,
emitting.
emitting off
I'm
of
just
him.
go with emitting.
Emitting. That sounds right. Coming off of him. She just feels the dark side flowing out from him, and she's like, at first she goes, "This guy seems important. Like he is somebody." And then after he started raising his voice, like James just did, that's when she noticed, oh, it's the fucking dark side.
Yeah. Oh, I completely forgot to mention that she noticed that when they're on their way to see him on the transport, that things look really nice there, like high end people, and she realized that these are leaders of the world, like leaders of their
They're rich.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, super rich, like uber rich,
Rich.
like Dubai rich.
They're fucking
Dubai
rich.
these nuts. Oh, I got them. Anyway, sorry.
Sure.
So, anyways, and he says, Pack. He says, whoa, wait. She had this on her. It's a lightsaber. And he calmed down. He quickly subsided everything, like dissipated. And he was all like, looking at the hilt. And he said, where'd you get this from? And Pat goes, she won't tell us. And he goes, okay, well, damn, I don't remember.
I can't remember exactly either, but that fucking Chiz girl decides to come at her and try and like do something.
Oh, we even got the flashback.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyways, she thinks to herself that she could just yank the lightsaber off of that dude, but that she doesn't want to think like she doesn't want to display any of her power. This is when she
Yeah.
has a
Oh yeah,
flashback.
I forgot to say that she had the Hetton took the actual lightsaber and was examining it closely
Yeah, he put it
and
on his
set it
lap.
in his lap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Well, anyways, he had it. He put it in his lap. This is whenever she has a flashback. She has a
So where she
flashback.
was 14, no, 12, she was 12.
No,
And
this is whenever with the sorcery thing.
no, I thought we were going to talk about the flashback to 12 where she learned lightsaber combat with Bane.
Well, I think we were supposed to do that earlier. We'll do both.
We
the
was.
we'll do both the flashbacks.
So, anyways, the lightsaber that she constructed is dual bladed, obviously. The handle is actually slightly longer than a normal double bladed handle, and so because it says it in the book, right?
Yeah. No,
But the blades itself usually are like 2 meters long, or a meter. No, it's a meter and a half long.
It's a meter. Well, it's a meter long.
No, it's a meter and a half long on the blades normally, but
Either way, it's a
Xana's
quarter meter.
lightsaber is just slightly under a meter length on each blade. And the reason for that being is so she can be more agile and more cunning in combat. Yeah, she won't have the reach, but Bane quickly taught her that, if you take
He taught her Form
someone's
3. He taught her Form 3 of lightsaber combat, which is weird because Form 3 doesn't usually use two blades, but if you're using it as a defense, it makes more sense. So that's pretty much what she's doing. She's learning defense with a double bladed lightsaber, which is fucking awesome in my opinion. Xana
Right.
is a beast. She uses sorcery, and
hold on.
well, I
We'll get
mean,
to that
she
in a
already
minute.
fucking blasted some dude's hands off. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So check this out. So Bane goes into Teacher Y and he does a power attack, and she just quickly, deflects it, and then was able to actually strike his shoulder and
Well,
say,
hold on.
"Look, you're dead."
Before all
But
that,
because the Overlist
as they were
obviously
fighting,
saved him.
as he tried to teach her, he was strike down. But since she was so small, like whenever she would try and block, this is also another thing. When you would try and block, if you're a lot smaller than the dude, he's just gonna jam you into the ground. So if you ever like that time that Obi-Wan, if you watch him, whenever he gets hit by Anakin Skywalker, like with his lightsaber, like this, he goes like this and gets hit down, and then afterwards he like goes like this to try and parry the blow. And that's the same thing that's happening with Bane whenever he's teaching Santa. As like he hits down and he's like, you gotta try and move it a certain way to be able to deflect it. And then she does it, and then she's like, cuts his arm and says, "You're dead." Stuff like that. It's fucking badass if you actually listen to it. And if you,
Listen to the book. Go listen to it. It's Audible. You get free credits, or if you don't have Audible, you can get like easy payment set up. I paid like $6 a month instead of 15, and I still get 2 credits, and it's for the first 3 months. So that's fucking awesome. It's Star Wars, Darth Bane, Rule of Two. That's the book. Listen to it. You won't be disappointed. First, listen to the first book, The Path of Destruction. I'm telling you,
the
if
first
you love
book,
Star Wars
the
like
first
we
book's
do,
the best.
dude, this explains so much of the dark side and the Rule of Two. So, let's continue. So, she said to herself, "I could quickly end this and just yank that lightsaber and kill everybody. Fuck it." But she won't. And then this is where she actually had. This is the actual time where she has the second flashback of being at 14 years of age, and Bane was discovering more and more about the Freedon Nad's lost holocron.
Yep.
And so he made a tomb. He explained to her, said that some people are have natural affinity for certain types of force use. Some
This
people
is
can do
right
sorcery.
after he got the holocron from Freedom Net. He had all those papers.
Yeah. So some people can do Hold on.
Some people are like okay with the Force. Some people are just born with natural skills, and then some people are gifted. Is pretty much what he said.
And can use it without having to learn how to use it.
Well, no, the gifted are the alchemy people.
So as he was telling her that, she got really excited. She's like, so the sorcery that some people can use sorcery magic, kind of like dark side magic, but it's not magic. It's dark side. Anyways, don't matter. And some people can use sorcery, which is
Imagine the
like
night
playing tricks on the
witches.
mind.
Imagine the
Yes.
night witches, and then there you go. That's sorcery.
Dark side.
So if anybody's ever
Anyways.
wondering, like if they use the Force, yes, they use the Force. They're use Force sorcery. That's what they're
Yeah.
all about. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, he tells her that, and she gets excited, and she's like, "So am I one of them?" He said, "You have potential to be great at it, but we have to train you how to do it." And I made a tomb of how to study sorcery magic or sorcery on the dark side, but I'm no teacher. You won't learn anything from me. You have to study this on your own. And she's like, "Well, that sucks because now I got to study this on my own." It's like actual study. Now, who the fuck does homework and like it? Come on, dude.
Well, I mean,
Anyways.
like she's got her whole life to figure that shit out.
Right. So, anyways, it cuts back into the room.
I'm just saying, if I was trying to do some magic tricks and I had a book,
I probably would read it. But then again, I'm ADHD. I can't sit and read 5 minutes.
yeah,
Anyway,
but you would learn something real quick and then try it over and over again, and hopefully it'll
Right,
connect.
right. So, anyway, it goes back to the room, and instead of grabbing a lightsaber and killing everybody, she decides to fuck with Syndra. And she gets in her mind and looks up the most feared things that she's ever feared, and pulls those to her subconsciousness, and makes her think that they're really attacking her. And so she pulls her blast. Now that all happened. Her doing that, using that, took 1 second or less. Okay, so it wasn't like she's all like, "Oh,"
And
it's
she
like,
goes like this.
and then done. Yeah. So anyway, she pulls out her blaster and starts shooting air like, "Pew pew pew pew! No, don't hit me! No!" And everybody's like, "What the fuck's going on, dude?" And it's on her own psyche.
She freaks the
And-
fuck out. That's what happens.
Yeah. And so she falls to the ground and ends up going into like a coma state, and where she's still alive, but she's not able to do anything. And she can still sense in her mind that she's still fighting those demons, those
Yep.
fears. And so,
We're also going to go back to no, we already talked about her doing a lightsaber, right?
yeah.
Okay.
And so, Pac pointed to her and said, "You did this. You done this," and decides to pull his fiber blade out. At that point, Xana said, "You know what? Fuck this bullshit, dude." And
Well, first off, she was
I forgot
going to
to
use
mention Hatton.
she was going to use the magic fingers on her, but
she
that
was too
shit
exhausted.
that shit takes a lot of fucking energy, so she couldn't do it. It's like
Yeah.
an RPG game.
Yep. So
Her MP's
She-
used up.
I forgot to mention, Pac looked at her and said, "You did this." Okay. And so, yeah. And you're probably going to have to cut that part out, because I did it before.
Okay.
Or one of them out. Anyways, I'll just say it anyway. If you want to cut it, cut it. If you don't, no. But he said, "You did this." And I forgot to mention that when he was doing this, Hetton didn't do anything. He didn't intervene. He didn't interject. He just sat back and watched everything unfold. And so he pulled his vibra blade out. And when he did, Xana was like, "I can't. I'm already tired of doing force trick magic stuff, the sorcery stuff, and that takes a lot of dark side energy to do that, right? Because you're taking someone's psyche and twisting it to your will. So anyway, which is fucking badass. So instead, she just pulled her lightsaber, ignites it. As she does, she uses the force to just snap the cuffs off, and she realizes that he's well underpowered for her. Like, she could kill him like that. She could probably
Instantly.
snap his neck and be done. but she wants to put on a show for Hedden. And so he attacks her 3 different times, 3 different volley of attacks. Anyways,
All
so
3 times she could have killed him.
yeah, all 3 times she's like, boom, boom, using those lightsaber training techniques that Darth Bane taught her when she was 12. And so anyhow, I didn't fart. That was my chair. So no, false alarm.
I didn't hear it anyway.
um, so anyway, and then finally he threw down his blade and pulled up his blaster. Now keep in mind they're point blank. They're hand to hand or saber to saber combat closeness. And she doesn't even show any hesitation, any struggle to do so. She easily deflects the first bolt away harmlessly to the sky.
She goes like I imagine her going like this. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
And the first one, up, up. Second one, boom, like that. Because she uses
Hits
a
him
double
square in
blade
the eyes.
and just goes right between the eyes.
Better than any damn stormtroopers aim ever was.
Yeah, stormtroopers suck.
Anyway, I almost said clone troopers, but I'm smart enough to know the difference between the two.
Yeah.
Thank God.
That's
So anyways,
why if you ever want to have sex with the stormtrooper, it would make more sense because they have horrible aim.
yeah, if you're a woman or if you're a dude that likes that stuff. But let's get past it.
See, that was a joke that I had in there, but it's not that good, so I decided to use it right here.
And that's what she said. Damn, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Moving on. So she kills him, and looks back at Hetton, and it's just like, wow.
Wow.
He said, "I've been waiting for you, someone like you, to come into my life forever.
I've been waiting for somebody to squeeze my tits
I've been waiting
with the force.
for a girl like you to teach me about the Force."
Think about it.
Anyway, so
Think about it. Remember that conversation? Can you actually masturbate with the force?
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still confused. I don't know if it's like possible or if it is.
I don't know. I mean, you would think
Could it be
it's
more
possible.
intense? What if it's more intense?
Dude, let's get past that. That's an after dark conversation. So, anyways, Hetton. Let me go in a little bit of detail about Hetton. Hetton, and okay, so he takes her on a journey, just them two, right, down to his cellar or his basement or his collection, whatever. And he's explaining who he is, what he has been, where he's been, right. And so, Hetton is a human male whose family was distantly related to the House of Demici, Demici, one of the great houses of Sereno. From a young age, he knew he was force sensitive, and as a young man, was encouraged by his mother to search for means to training his abilities without having to pledge allegiance to either the Jedi or Sith. He used his family's wealth and connections to collect an array of artifacts, documents teaching him about the dark side of the Force. Holocrons, manuscripts, tombs, all of that shit. So here's the cool thing,
one
right?
tutor.
One tutor, but he was a fucking turd.
He
He
sucked.
could barely move objects. That's how crappy he was entombed with the dark side. And I wouldn't even consider that dark side. I would just consider it Force.
Force user.
So when he learned everything he could from him, which is ironic, when he learned everything he could, his mom said, "I'm going to have him killed," and he killed him himself with great pleasure.
Yep.
So he became his own master, so to speak.
Yep.
Learning,
Honestly, that's what Bane teaches anyway.
right?
So
Right.
it's
The
pretty
world
nice.
too.
It's pretty nice that he did it. Too bad he wasn't born young enough and found by Bane, because then he might be Bane's apprentice. But he's not.
I don't think he's that strong, because it says in the book that Xana realized that her strength in the dark side is much more than his.
Yeah. But think about this. She's been trained her entire life. This dude has been kind
Not
of
entire
trained
life, like
since she
10
was
years of her
10.
life. Yeah.
That's a long time. That's like the time of years where you
But she's
honestly
also-
learn the most.
Right, right. Well, she's also naturally in tuned with the Force anyway. So
So was he. No, he wasn't even found by anybody. He's just like everybody knew
yeah,
that something was wrong with this guy because he was
different.
yeah. And then his mom was like the last person to know.
Yeah. So, anyways, he goes on to tell her that his mom wanted him to join the Brotherhood of Khan, the Brotherhood of Darkness, and he didn't want to, so he poisoned his mom. He said he killed her because she wanted him to do that, and he didn't have the heart to make her suffer because he loved his mom, which is weird, right? Um, he went on to form the Anti-Republic Liberation Front as a rebel organization, rebel organization that protested against Serrano's membership with the Galactic Republic. This, however, was a front for his true objective, the resurrection of the Sith, following their near total destruction after the Seventh Battle of Ruusan. Members of his order brought Darth Zana before him after they failed to kidnap the Supreme Chancellor. They believed her to be responsible for the failure, blah, blah. Okay, upon witnessing her command of the dark side, he pledged himself.
We haven't
Blah,
got there.
blah. Right, sorry. So, anyways, so he takes her down to his cellar, basement, collection area, whatever. And,
After bowing and pledging himself.
oh, yeah, he kneeled to her.
Yep.
And
After
she
she killed both of them,
Heck,
he
yeah.
walks up and he says, "I've been waiting my entire life for someone like you."
And kneeled.
Gets down on his knees and bows.
What is that bidding, my master?
And then he calls her master. And then she was like, "Wait a minute. I'm still a Padawan."
No, she didn't say that, dude. Shut up. So anyway, he takes her to his cavern, and he's telling her that over the years he's collected a mass of different artifacts, some useless, but some of them really great in potential of learning from the dark side. Well, anyway, Xana is astonished by this, by his ability to have all this content that she can learn from, and was quickly aghasted when he asked her to become not aghasted, shocked when he asked her to become
I'm not sure
his
what
master.
aghasted means. So if it means something like shocked, I agree. But I was like, when you said it, I was like, aghasted. Either way, like she was like, "What the fuck?" Like I'm still a princess myself. But
Filled with horror or shock.
yeah. So yeah.
That's not right. That wasn't right. It was more like shock.
Oh,
I guess aghast could technically feel it, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So he
yeah. She
became.
wasn't filled with horror. He
Yeah.
was filled with horror. He was fucking.
Oh,
scared.
he was filled with something else. He had that old man swang lang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's probably
New meat.
Xana's hot. Just saying.
Yep.
Old perv.
From all walks of life.
Old perv.
Anyway, so he bows and says, "I want you to become my master and teach me the ways of the dark side." And she said, "I'm an apprentice myself."
Yeah.
And that Bane would kill both of us if I took on an
No,
apprentice.
she didn't say that. She said, "Have you ever seen a two-sided dildo?" And he said, "Yeah." And she goes, "Well, imagine us being connected, but not in a good way."
I'm aghast from that. I'm just kidding. So he tells her that he has a book, or is it a book or a holocron, or it has information on this person. I forget her name.
He has collected multiple things over the year, all kinds of artifacts, holocrons, and everything. He has a bunch of shit, and that's how he learned pretty much all that he knows. He had like a little teacher, but his teacher was bullshit. He didn't really know anything. That's the reason he killed him. He learned most of his stuff from holocrons and like what did I say before that? Just artifacts. He just found a bunch of stuff and learned from those things. That's why most people can't find, like, okay, the Jedi were going around and finding all the holocrons that they could and destroying them. That's why there's not that many Sith holocrons around. But he has found some. They also collect the Sith artifacts. That's why once the Emperor actually took over the Jedi Temple and was able to unleash all the other stuff, I would hope that he would to go and put all the artifacts back in the old Sith temples and continue their legacy. But that probably didn't happen. So
I could probably find it if you want me to. The name of that girl, the one that's made stuff and it's on Tython, and find her name.
no, we don't have to
Okay,
worry
so
about
let's move on. So he tells her
that.
that
Look, this
there.
is who I think that is. Before you do that, I was listening. I think Fatal Alliance. I think it's the book. There's a group of people, and they find that Mandalorian, and then they have to go to this planet that has a lady that used to be there, and they're traveling with her clone daughter type person, and she can speak to the machines too. Like, it's something crazy. I think it's Fatal Alliance. I think it's the book that they're referring to. I'm not too sure. I didn't look it up.
Okay,
So
so
James, there you go. There's a book that I think they're referencing.
so anyway, he tells her that there's a collector or someone that made holocrons, a Sith, that was doing this. He got one of her things or whatever, like a holocron or tomb. I forgot what he said he had, but he told her it's on Tython, and it's supposedly in a deep core world, which a deep core world is really densely packed worlds near the black hole of the center of the galaxy. So it's like you got like Coruscant's inner world. This is further in than that. So, anyway, Tython was a planet in the Tython system of the Deep Core that played a pivotal role in histories of the Jedi Order and the successor to the Jedi Order, a verdant world that was incredibly rich in the Force. Tython was inhabited by an unknown species hundreds of thousands of years before the rise of the Galactic Empire, and it was visited by Gree Qua, two of the earliest species to achieve interstellar travel in 36,453 BBY. The Great Pyramid ships known as the Oyog. Anyways, this is a whole long thing in here. If you want, I can send you a link, and you can put this in the description below. That way, if they want to go read it, they can. But anyways,
I might be
so
wrong about that fucking book name too, but like that's the description of like what's happening in the book. I'm so sorry for even using that name because now that after I used it, I don't know if that's the book I'm thinking of. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry.
no, you're good, dude. So I'm sending that link now. There it is, Tython. It even has a little pretty picture. So that's
Tython is
cool.
where the Force originated from, right? Or not the? It's like
No,
where
no.
the Jedi originated from, right?
I'm not sure, but anyway, he's telling Hetton is telling um Xana about that's where this new undiscovered thing is, but no one can ever get to it because they don't have enough force sensitive control because it's so close to the black hole. Everything is scattered, light scattered. Your trigonometry, all of that crap that you use to find your path in the hyperspace is distorted. So you always die. So you have to have like super abilities in the force to be able to find your guidance to it. So, anyways, he goes on to tell her that there is more holocrons and stuff, more information of
Yeah,
what
look,
she thought.
look, in the history of the Jedi. Look, that's the whole. That's where it started. Look,
Pivotal role in the histories of the Jedi Order and a successor to the Jedi. Oh, my bad. I totally read that wrong. That is my bad, dude.
no,
Shit.
it's fine. Look, I told you, dude. I didn't even have to look that shit up. I already know what fucking Tython is. That's a legendary fucking place in the Star
Yeah.
Wars universe.
So basically, she's blown away by that admission that he knows where that's at, right? And and he says, why can't you be my master? Because she says, Bane would kill us. And he said, but you could kill him and then become my master. And she's like, no, I can't because he'd whoop my candy ass. Okay, he got the fucking obelisks
And she goes,
on him
and he
still.
goes, look at this. Don't worry, watch this. Go ninjas.
Yeah. Anyway, so um,
That's what he did.
long story short, um, he says, but I have. Oh wait, I almost forgot. Right about that time, he was telling her that we could kill him together. I have. He says I have resources that I've acquired through many years, and that are powerful. And at about that time, the Umbran shadow assassins decloaked and revealed themselves to Xana. And she reached for a saber, but realized they wasn't there to attack.
Shadow clones.
They're just there to show themselves. That way she can understand. Because she couldn't even sense them in the Force. That's how badass these dudes are. And these are actually, let me go into the description here. Wow, there's not much description, but that's good. Umbran Shadow Assassins were Umbran warriors in existence at least since the time of the rebellion against the Eternal Empire, taking part in some galactic events. They become Sith spies employed by the Brotherhood of Darkness during the New Sith Wars. They were trained in the Umbran Sith Academy. Their preferred weapon of choice was Force Spike. Shadow Assassins were able to master presence not just in the Force, but also from physical senses such as sight and sound. It was also hinted that they had the ability to kill using the dark side with minimal effort. Damn, I didn't know that. They were not
Look.
skilled at combat. If their primary advantages, surprise and sorcery, were neutralized.
They were on
So
another
if you
academy.
could,
They were on another academy. Sorry, go ahead and finish that.
another planet, yeah, no, that was it.
No, they were on another academy while this was going on, so they were
Mm-hmm.
able to live. I don't know if they were like on a mission and they weren't able to be called because supposedly they called all the academies to that war. So I'm not too sure where they come from. But if they survived, I wonder if there's actually others out there and you could actually make a story off of them. Disney, listen, make a fucking story off of it. Make it fucking good. Don't fucking make it gay. And then we'll be fine. You can have a gay person. I don't give a shit. The main character can be gay. But
calm down.
make it good. Don't fucking make it bad. If you fucking make it bad, I want to be mad. Bad.
So,
Disney bad.
anyways, calm down. We'll be all right. We'll get past that part. Anyway,
I
so
like Ahsoka. You did good.
yeah. So anyway, they're badass dudes, right? I mean, they're phenomenally cool.
People love Sparta. What is it called? Sparta? I think it's called. And the dudes have sex with dudes and women. Nobody gives a shit. It's a good fucking show. I'm just saying. Sorry, go ahead.
Man, I guess I could just
Sorry.
whisk this together right here, right quick. So that that Umbran the Shadow Assassin should be in the link description below, as well. Yeah.
We're like right here at
So-
the end.
Yeah, I know. So basically, he shows her, and she's impressed by this, and so she gets in her mind that maybe they could attack Bane, and maybe they might be able to kill him. But that's in next week's episode.
Yeah. But she tells him that, yeah, let's go. Let's see what you
Yeah,
got.
basically. Yeah.
She tells him that.
So I'm really excited. I might listen to the rest of the book, the next 3 chapters tomorrow, and then listen to it again next Wednesday.
That's fine. That's completely fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so ready to hear what happens next. I can't wait. Like my britches.
Dude,
about to
I've
melt.
already listened to this book, like I've said. Well, like whenever we started doing Path of Destruction last time, I had already listened to Rule of Two, and then when we did Path of Destruction, I listened to Rule of Two again. Okay, Path of Destruction, I listened to those 2 times, and I listened to it again another time before that. So it's 3 and 3 actually.
So yeah. All right, dude. I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's it too.
So
You want me to
stay
take?
tuned.
I can
Huh?
take us out of here. You've been talking this whole time.
Well, that's fine too. I mean, fuck
Yeah.
it.
Fuck yeah, I will. All right. You like
Well,
having fun with us in Star Wars? Cause I
yeah,
do
daddy.
too. Make sure to go over and look at Tater Nuts 99. Go and subscribe to his ass. Please hit that like and subscribe button if you made it to the end, because I will be happy about that. Now,
Hmm.
also, if you enjoyed it, throw down a comment. Let us know what you thought about the show. Other than that, have fun, be safe, and get the fuck out of here, okay?
Peace.